We're in it. There it is, boys and girls. What's up, Stitt-Heads? Welcome back to another Talking Stitt. I hope you had a fun Thanksgiving. I hope you pissed off your liberal aunt and made her cry at the dinner table this year. It's okay. It's a mass awakening. We need to look at the world and see what's going on instead of worried about facts over feelings or feelings over facts if you're Ben Shapiro, whichever you want to take it. But anyways, we got a bunch of weird shit going on. This is the post Black Friday sale. Let's see if there's anything left on the table. Welcome to the show for the first time, Uncle Mike. How you doing, brother?
I can't complain, man. Life is good.
Right
As
on,
good as
brother.
it could be. Yeah.
Hope you had a good Thanksgiving, man.
It was one for the books, man. It was quiet. I think this is the first one in probably 20 years where there was no drama. Um, yeah, it was kind of fucking weird. Because holidays, like, somebody always stirs some shit up.
Right.
And this year none of it happened. We were all kind of happy to be around one another.
That's like I'm
So
wearing my Sam Tripoli shirt. Why is everybody getting quiet? It's like you bring up. That's like I shared a meme yesterday morning, and it's like when everybody starts getting quiet at the dinner table tomorrow or for Thanksgiving, go ahead and say, "Hey, what do you guys think about that Roe versus Wade?"
yeah.
Just stir the pot a
Yeah,
little bit, stir the mashed potatoes.
just bring up a hot topic issue that's gonna raise the fucking blood pressure in the room.
Right. Well, and man, we've
Sorry
got
about
all
the
kinds
traffic.
of weirdness going on in the world. It's like, bringing up a billion subjects into one thing. Everything, it's like psyop season now. Everything is just one thing on top of another. So we had this
Yeah.
DC shooting the other day with the National
Mhm.
Guard, which one the female that got shot, she unfortunately passed away. But then we also have the fact that okay, National Guard in the streets and all these different places, people are kind of already up in arms and tense, up in arms, no pun intended, but they're a little tense of like military in the streets. Now we
Yeah.
find out this guy is an Afghan national that we brought over here after using for 8 years under CIA asset in Kandahar. And then they're using the excuse of PTSD. And you're like, man, you can't help but think between like America, Europe, all these other places. I've met plenty of Muslim people that are good people, but in mass, we get into this weirdness of like, are we under a slight invasion right now that nobody's really noticing? I mean, what are your thoughts on this whole deal going on right now?
It's definitely a quiet invasion. Um, I'm all for, live and let live. Just, leave me alone, stay out of my business, and I'll stay out of yours. But I live in the middle of fucking nowhere, Kentucky, right? Now I'm outside. You're gonna hear traffic going through. It's mostly side by sides, but yeah, I mean, we don't see this kind of stuff here hardly at all. I think the last time something kicked off here was the Bowling Green shooting,
Mm-hmm.
and not Bowling Green, pardon me, Sandy Hook,
Yeah,
and
Sandy Hook.
that's yeah, that's about 30 miles away from where I'm at,
Oh, really?
and yeah, that impacted the community pretty heavy. Um, it it didn't cause the state to get weird though. You didn't see uh a militarized police force just start showing up at every single school. I mean, preventative measures did get put into place, but I don't know. It's a different vibe here than it is than you would see in cities. And I think mainly because there's a hell of a lot more people to control and keep under the thumb in urban areas, which is one of the reasons why I like being way the fuck out here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't like being where the people are. Um, Too much panic. But yeah. So as far as like uh, uh this silent invasion of foreigners, really the only thing that you see is just the typical Haji Marts, man.
Mm-hmm.
Indians coming over here and starting up gas stations. And it's really weird when you go into the middle of nowhere and you see this shady ass fucking gas station on a road that you probably don't want to be on. You're like, fuck, okay, well, I need gas, I need cigarettes. You pop in, and there, there's an Indian dude, and you're like, what the fuck are you
How'd
doing
you get
here?
here? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, are there more of you in the back? Like, what's going on? But yeah, I mean, they bring their families over, and I'm okay with that. They don't really cause too much of an issue. Um, it's it's surprisingly interesting when you're polite to these people, how
Hmm.
they're polite back. However, there are some cases like when you go into the main town that I live around, and you go into one of those gas stations, they're kind of rude. And I don't know if they're going through the same kind of burnout that any other employee that works at a gas station would go through. But
Hmm.
I just, it's water off a duck's back. I've been there. I fucking hate dealing with the general public. I'm sure they're no different. But yeah, as far as like Muslims are concerned, you don't see a whole lot of that around here. This is praise the Lord and pass the ammunition territory. That shit wouldn't fly.
Well, that's what actually gets, deeper into the psychology of things is where the idea of like, I don't know if you've heard of the band Queensryche, but the album
Yeah,
Operation Mindcrime, dude, it's all straight up like government and religious propaganda and everything taking over
yeah,
the hive mind. And on one, well, actually the follow-up album Empire, on the song Empire, he says brother fighting brother for the profit of another. And you're like, when you think about that, that's what they're kind of really doing to all of us is that
yeah,
like you brought up a fantastic point is like you're not really seeing it in no pun intended your neck of the woods, and I'm in Oklahoma and I'm in a small town. We're in the next 6 and 8 months we're moving to about 10-15 acres outside of
very
town at
nice.
some point. So I mean it's like homesteading and
Yeah,
homeschooling and all that fun shit, man. That's the next step. But my point is like the idea of like if you talk to your neighbors around you, I have an elderly black lady next to me. I have a Mexican guy 2 doors down from me. I have a guy that's a white dude that's middle aged next on the other side. Like, if you go talk to each one of those people, they're fantastic people. But if you
yeah,
turn on fucking Fox News or CNN or MSNBC or any of the mainstream networks, they're going to tell
yeah,
you that they're going to tell each one of you that you're all enemies with each other.
yeah.
So it turns into this mental manipulation kind of shit of like, like we live in the world of what's reality? Is the news showing us really what we see in the world, or are we just believing some narratives,
Yes, yes, absolutely. The answer to that is yes. They're manipulating groupthink. So, like you said, these are amazing individuals, your neighbors, right? Um, and I'm not gonna broad brush statement your neighbors. I don't know them, but I did a thought experiment many years ago with people that I used to work with when I lived in West Virginia, and that's Trump country. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, Trump country, coal country. Uh, when they're all together, they say the same shit. It's like two little fucking smart speakers communicating back and forth with one another. It's just like NPCs. But when you pull one of them off to the side and you start to engage in a productive conversation, you're able to actually chip that armor and get through to them. And they can start to see things on a different level outside of the group think.
Mm-hmm.
You think you made progress, and then you put that person right back in the group, and it was all for nil.
Because
So,
they're
like,
afraid to say it in their around
yeah,
their peers. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. They do not want to be caught reaching across the aisle. So that's where we are today. Everybody's so fucking polarized and
What do
pushed
you
back
think
into
with
their
like
corners.
the Trump and the Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massey and all this shit? Like with this idea of like America first from the beginning of 2015 to, now it's, MIGA, make Israel great again. What's up, MIGAs?
Yeah,
And it's like, dude, it's like, dude, the people that are actually standing on what Trump stood on are like being pushed out the door right now. They're being primaried by, fucking Miriam Adelson and all these groups.
yeah,
It's like, back to like the dividing you. They still want you to think it's all the Jews. Are there some rich ass corrupt piece of shit Jews? Yeah, for sure. Your deli
yeah.
Jew that makes your Reuben is not a fucking, trying to stab you in the back, man. But like,
I like me a fucking Ruben too. Yeah, but
hell yeah,
you
dude.
know,
I want some
he's not
Marble
he's
Rye.
not over there like rubbing his hands together, putting some
Right.
nefarious shit in my fucking sandwich.
He might
You
be a
know, I mean,
descendant of a damn, Rothschild, but my point is like, what do you think
right.
of what's going on with like the whole? You brought up
Uh,
Trump, so I was just thinking like the divisiveness of what's going on in the whole MAGA camp and everything right now. They're splintering.
yeah, and for good fucking reason, man. I can see why MAGA had a round two, right? Uh, during the during the primaries, he was making a lot of sense. He was saying shit that people wanted to fucking hear, and he was being real off color about it too. He was just being rude, and I mean that's kind of Trump's fucking brand, is just speaking what's on his mind. But I think that was a fucking ploy. I mean he spoke and he knew what he was saying was making sense to these people, and this is what they wanted to hear. Release the files, all this shit. Even fucking Cash Patel got in that. And now look at him. He's obviously fucking captured. So I think what they did is they told everybody what they wanted to fucking hear. They know what everybody wants to see come from the government. And they're not going to do that, but they're going to do everything they can to make you believe that they are. And then once they get in that position, they're not going to follow through. And that's the reason why the MAGA camp's getting split, is because there's a lot of shit going on that they didn't vote for. And the shit that they did vote for isn't fucking happening. So they're pissed. Yeah. And it's not going to matter who they roll out with next. Sure, there's going to be some people that's going to be like, well, let's give them one more chance, guys, right? Right? No, no, we're not voting our fucking way out of this problem. It's going to
Unfortunately,
come to a
yes.
head. It's going to fucking pop off big. Um,
Because
I'm not going to
we're
doom.
frogs in the
I'm not going
boiling
to doom.
pot. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't want to, make it sound like it's all, doom and gloom. It's going to be wildly uncomfortable. But
Yeah, it's
yeah, I mean,
Black Pill Friday over here, man.
yeah, man. No, this is it's going to get nasty. I try to keep my head out of news, current events. I poke up just enough to smell the shit in the air and be like, yeah, it's still going on. Okay. I listen to some people speak and I'm like, that sounds awfully familiar. Next. No, I don't believe anything they're fucking saying at all. They know what they're fucking doing. And as long as Americans remain in this docile, manipulated state, they're fine. They want us to fight with each other so they could implement more fucking legislation that chips away at our freedom. So
Exactly. It's like, what is going to be the next, Second Amendment argument? What's going to be the next, like I'm to a absolutist. It's like
yeah,
there's no chipping away at this. There's no chip, but there's always an effort to do so. And then it's like, people think, oh, Derek, you shit on Trump a lot. So what are you, fucking Democrat?
fuck
You
yeah,
you woke? I'm like, no, dude, fuck all those guys. Both sides of the aisle. Every
yeah,
one of them. Like the only one that's showing any balls basically is Massey and
Matthew,
Marjorie Taylor Greene. And that's
yeah,
about it. And then, but then they're touted as the crazy people. So you're like, so you're just going to blindly follow all these masses. And anytime I call out either side, even though I generally lean a lot more Republican, I am registered as a libertarian, even if it's a fake and gay
yeah.
fucking third party. Who cares? But it's the
Well, you
fact that
can't put
I took a
anarchist on your fucking ticket, man.
right. I took a vote away from the libs and the fucking, Republicans. So that's my answer for it. But I still haven't voted since 2016. I'm not going to vote anymore. The only way it would
Yeah,
be, like I said, a Massey ticket or something like that. But other than that, it seems like you said, like you can't vote your way out of this. So it's
no,
the idea of like our two-party system is rigged, no matter how you slice it. It's a uniparty. We see where the money flows, and it's always the money. You see all the APAC money. You see all
yeah,
the, and I love guns and the NRA, but you see the NRA money. You see the fucking big pharma money. You see all these. So it's like, who are we really voting for? And people forget that like we feel like we have to work for our politicians when it's the other way around, dude. Like they're supposed to be
yeah.
loyal to us, and nobody's being loyal. So in a
They need
good
a
way, the
nice
the MAGA thing is
reminder.
splintering for good reason.
They need a nice, kind reminder of who the fuck they work for.
Yeah,
Uh, but even the Constitution literalists, the ones that are like eat shit, breathe, and live the Constitution by the fucking letter, they're not gonna by the individual stand up and exercise these rights for what they're written for. Um, People are genuinely fucking scared, regardless of how much chest pounding they do or saber rattling, and I do believe deep down that in their hearts, yeah, they're wanting it. it needs to fucking happen. I'm one of them, but I'm not going to go out there by myself
Right.
and kick shit off, because what's going to happen? My head's going to pop like a watermelon at a Gallagher show on live fucking TV, and then they're going to use me as a fucking example.
Don't be
And
that
that's the
guy.
reason.
Yep.
Yeah, don't be like that guy. Don't be like that guy.
See what
I
happens when you
can't
get
even
too
afford
loud?
an
Yeah.
AR-15, but I guarantee it, if that were to fucking happen, all of a sudden a Daniel Defense comes in my possession.
Uh-huh.
You're like, well, look what he had, a weapon of war.
Weapon of
It's
war.
yeah,
AR stands for assault rifle.
yeah, yeah. No,
No,
I
I'm
heard
kidding.
that. I heard that shit at work a couple of weeks ago.
Oh God.
There's a lot of, oh man, I fucking hate it. I hate being around people so much when they group together and they just masquerade their opinion as some sort of fucking insight. Like, oh god damn it.
When they ask you
Okay.
like, what do you think about that? And you're like, do you really want to know? You
They
know?
learn to not do that.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
learn real fucking quick. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's yeah, but yeah, there was god damn it, she was probably like maybe 19 or 20. The bright red fucking hair, about as wide as she was tall. And she's just going on about what she thought was the topic of importance, and she started talking about guns, and me and my other coworker are pulling our shit out of our lockers, and we're like, what the fuck are you talking about? The AR stands for automatic assault rifle, and this and this, and we're like, Jesus fucking Christ, you vote. You fucking vote. You're a piece
Uh-huh.
of shit. You know that? You don't know a goddamn thing, and you're out here telling people how the country needs to be fucking led. Nah, nah,
Well, it's
no.
like, the irony, I don't mean to cut you off, but the irony of
No, you're
like
good.
there's an argument on people saying like repeal women's right to vote, and you're like, okay, that sounds extreme, but then you also think of like go to like Adam Carolla, you've got dude think and then you have chick think. And chick
Yeah,
think is all emotion based. Like we don't necessarily want
yeah,
a result, we just want a reaction out of something. And then,
yeah,
dude think is like, hey, like I've always been a mechanic or a stamping press or shit like that kind of guy. Like, so it's like, hey, let's make the part. Let's get it done. Let's fucking do it. Here's the start. Here's the end. Let's do it.
yeah.
The girl is like, let's talk about doing it. Like, kind of like California politics. You're like, we'll talk about how we'll solve it. Okay, cool. How are we gonna solve it? Well, we're just gonna talk about it. And it's like, so the emotion based of like a lot of females, it's like you don't realize like the idea of, I don't remember which, it was founding father or somebody in the early days talking about, we're either going to die by the ballot box or the bullet box. And it's like, yeah, dude, because people don't realize, like, even back then, people started realizing their voices were kind of not heard. But then you got the
Yeah,
idea of Don Quixote motherfuckers over here fighting windmills, which is these, liberal women and stuff like that. The one that'll tell the black guy
yeah,
to shut up so they can stand up for the black guy. And you're like,
yeah,
you
yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah,
moron. You just told the black guy to shut up, which you're standing up for him, and you just repeated the same shit. So, anyways, they're just based off of emotion. They don't really have an answer. They're just like, but we got to
yeah.
do something. And you're like, what are you going to do? You're not going to do
It's
shit.
what is it? It's theatrical activism.
Yeah,
You
basically,
know,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You want to be seen doing the fucking thing just long enough to say you were part of the fucking thing.
That virtue
And
signal. Yeah.
yeah, there you go, virtue signaling. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just you know what? I tell you what, shut the fuck up, change your profile picture to a black square like everybody else did,
Yes.
and go on about your fucking life. All right, just. This is the reason why I don't get on social media hardly at all with my main account. It's flooded with all kinds of these people just posting shit, and young and old, because it's my main account. People that I know in real life, customers that I've had for my woodworking business, and I can't really get out there and post the shit that I do on my Uncle Mike page, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because one, I have a lot of respect for these little old ladies that I am friends with on Facebook, and they have a very high opinion of me. Now, granted, I don't beat around the bush. If they ask me a question, I'll answer it as honestly as I can with less expletives. But I'm not going to go seek out their Hallmark gift card Jesus post and shit all over it, because that's just fucking rude,
Right.
right?
They have
But
the best intentions, but yeah.
you're right, yeah, yeah, and they're sweet little old ladies for the most part. I'm sure they, if you get them talking after a couple of glasses of wine, they'll probably say some shit out of pocket. But
I'm not talking about
for
those
the most
porch
part,
monkeys or something.
right? Yeah, yeah. Well, back in my day, they weren't called Brazil nuts, you know.
You remember when the coloreds would come around? No, I'm kidding.
Right? Yeah, yeah. You're
I'm
like,
joking. I'm
okay,
joking. But anyways, you're right.
no,
Right.
no, no. But that's, I mean, growing up in the South, yeah, that's kind of what it was like with the with the older generation. And now that I'm in, I guess the middle ground of Appalachia, you still kind of have that flavor, but it's not as I don't know. It's not as refined with that southern accent, you know.
Hmm.
It's more like holler speak, and it gets pretty fucking crass.
Yeah.
And I find it entertaining for jokes, right? But when somebody just starts saying some hurtful, ugly shit, I'm like, God damn, Meemaw, calm the fuck down.
Right. Right.
Nobody asked you that. So yeah, but again, I mean, they are part of a demographic that sits there and listens to fucking Wendy Bell get all uppity, and uh and they're like, yeah, this person gets it. And you're like, no, no, they're talking to you specifically because they know that you're going to engage, and I guess circling around, that's what the internet is. It's a device that craves your attention and engagement, and as long as everybody's on here fighting, um, I guess the plan's fucking working.
Well,
So
that's that algorithm too, as well. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
because people don't realize like just turned 36 a month ago. So like there's some people that like I'm still from like a pre-internet era, even though it was like okay, computers and cell phones in
yeah.
the early 90s and shit were kind of coming around, but it wasn't like by the time the late 90s rolls around and everybody's on AOL and everything else and shit. But
Well,
my point,
that's actually how I met my wife.
no shit, that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you guys have been together that long? Like how long you guys been together?
We've known each other. We've known each other since we were 15,
That's
and
awesome.
yeah, yeah. It started out as us. So, for those who don't know what AOL was like, you actually had to search these different chat groups, right? And I really liked was the Nine Inch Nails chat room. I'm a
Oh,
huge Shrimp fan,
nice.
and she was in there, and her name was C Corpse Girl. She was a fan of Cannibal Corpse at the time, and so I was like, C Corpse Girl. I click on the profile and I start reading it. I was like, holy shit, she sounds pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I like Nine Inch Nails too, and she completely blows me off. She's like, so fucking what? I'm like,
Ah.
okay, yeah. Fast forward, like a couple of conversations later, we actually start talking to one another, and I was a bad kid. I got sent off a couple of times. Second time, I had a choice of either going to juvie or military school.
Yep. My brother was almost the
So
same way, but yeah, go ahead.
right, so anyway, yeah, I ended up going to military school, which kind of put a damper on our talking. So we just became literal pen pals at that point. Bringing
Hmm.
back handwritten letters. She wanted to see Myrtle Beach. This is when I lived in South Carolina, and I was like, no, you don't want to see Myrtle Beach. You want to see Charleston. So we go to Charleston and show her around, and then we pop up and see Myrtle Beach. And I was like, yeah, see, I told you you'd fucking hate it here. So uh, we went back to the hotel room. We pounded it out, and we've been fucking kicking it ever since.
That's awesome,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Well, that's
yeah.
cool. Like,
22 years of legal marriage, man.
well,
So
that's a cool part
yeah,
about like the internet is like a lot of people will say it's like the detriment of society, and there is argument to that, but it also like we all know like the internet was obviously like some kind of government military program of connecting blah 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 all these different military
yeah,
bases, keeping them all online at the same time, Skynet if you will, whatever, Terminator shit.
yeah,
But the same idea is like, well, now the people were using it, whether we're sharing memes nowadays or connecting and meeting our spouses online 20 years ago, or it's like the internet got away from them. So it was supposed to be a military operation in a way of like we're going to surveil everybody, and then the basically the masses especially nowadays, a lot of them are starting to wake
Yeah.
up and connect with like-minded people, whether maternal relationships, or I mean, not maternal, whatever, like getting married and
Yeah.
shit. But I'm saying
Yeah.
like, or also just meeting like-minded friends that are like, yo, you're sick of the government too? Yo, do you know about this government
We should
operation that
fucking
happened?
hang out.
Operation Fishbowl, this shit? Oh, fuck, man. Like, and we're all connecting, and it's
Yeah.
like, it's getting away from them. And we can see that they're scrambling right now. Did you see? Okay. I just put it on my story a little bit ago because it's apparently blowing up the internet. So in UK, okay, so we all know Pierce Morgan, right? Pierce Morgan, the reporter and shit for the British
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
so Pierce Morgan
Took
went
this
on
thing, yeah.
Tucker's show the other day and apparently blew up the internet because one of the subjects that they kind of started on was that now if you say the word faggot, 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 like a spelling bee, if you say that in on the internet in the UK, you can get jail time out of it. So, anyways, Tucker's like, hey, do you say gay or retarded in your house? And he's like, well, I would never use the R word. And he's like, ha ha ha, does the weird Tucker laugh. And he goes,
Yeah, that
hold,
ketamine laugh that
yeah,
Tucker
he
always
goes,
does.
hold my hand. We're gonna say faggot together right now.
Are you
You can see,
serious?
dude, it is fucking hilarious. And so it's like the idea of like, live, love, or live, laugh, love in households. It's like, no, mine's gonna say in my house we still say gay, retarded, and faggot. And it's like,
Faggot. Yeah.
so it's funny that like the internet, like I said, it's bringing all these old slangs that cancel culture has tried to get rid of. It's bringing back
Yeah.
camaraderie and fun, jokingness. Like, I think the internet's a good thing. I don't know where that long-winded rant went, but dude, yeah, gay, retarded, and
I mean,
faggot, those words, they're on the rise. They're coming back.
we're making a comeback. Fucking A right. Yeah. As long as it doesn't go backwards, because that'd be fucking retarded.
Right.
Um,
But as long as you use it, like not, I'm not gonna go walk up to a retarded guy and call him retarded. I'm not gonna walk. I'm gonna call
yeah,
my friend that's doing something stupid while we're passing the ball around and getting stoned, and be like, "Dude,
yeah,
why are you being a fucking faggot? I know he likes chicks,
yeah,
but I'm just calling him a name because he's being one." It's like the idea that people
yeah.
in the cancel culture world is like, "Can't say these words, you'll go to
You
jail."
can't say that fucking word. You're like, oh no, don't get me wrong. I'm not disparaging the differently abled. What I'm saying is that my truck is in limp mode because it can't recycle the fucking exhaust the first 30 seconds
Hmm.
that it runs. That's fucking gay and retarded.
Yeah.
That's
Or you
that's
accelerate or retard your carbonator, or you as a musician you accelerate a song at the, I'm a musician, so at the end you speed it up, that's accelerating it, or retard the song is to slow it down,
yeah,
like, but it's like
yeah.
it still exists whether you don't like it or not.
It comes with a connotation that they don't like to hear,
Right.
and for that they need to quit being a bunch of whiny fags. So
Exactly. Quit being a gay faggot retard,
yeah,
man. It's a
yeah.
joke, not a dick. Don't take it so hard.
Oh, I'm putting that one in my pocket, dude. I will get written up next week at work for saying that shit.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
But what would
But
be the irony is if there was a gay guy you work with, he'd actually probably be the first one to laugh. And that's the
there
thing,
is,
back to
and
like separating
he's
us. Gay people
and
like
he's
to use the
black.
word faggot all the time. They call each other faggots, It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's good shit. Well, I mean, wouldn't that be the same thing as like our melanated brothers using the N word with one another,
right.
right?
Words
Yeah,
are words, man.
it's like yeah, you're like you can't say it. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go in my shop and I'm gonna get my post hole diggers. Oh, that's right. I can say that with a hard R because I use them. Yeah.
Dude, did you see that for re-election, he won the South African president or whatever he is? His name is Adolf Hitler. He's black as can
Shut the
be.
fuck up.
He won re-election. That means he was voted in one time before. His name is Adolf
Yeah.
Hitler. He's as black as Wesley Snipes. And you got, I shared a photo earlier freaking of Hitler saying, "Mine Igga." you know?
That's good. Oh my god, dude. Life is stranger than fucking fiction. It really is, man. It
It's
goes all over the
hilarious.
fucking place. That's nuts, man. And,
Kanye
that's
jizzed his pants.
again. That's another reason why I just like stay the fuck away from a lot of that shit because if I saturate my fucking mental bandwidth with everything that's fucking going on, I'd probably end up sounding like these assholes too.
Yeah.
You know, and I can't allow that, man. I got too much fucking work to do. So, but yeah, this the whole like DC shooting thing, and you know the ties that that guy ended up coming out with. I mean, that right there. I mean, that's like we've seen this playbook before, right? So what this I'm sorry to just jump right into that one, but
No, go for it,
what I
dude.
really think that is it's cover for action.
Hmm.
The National Guard being deployed, the blaming it on crime rates and all this shit, that's cover for action,
Hmm.
right? They're militarizing DC. They're militarizing all these other different places. It's soft exposure, right? So we've already seen what was that 2020 or was it 2019 when they had the Marines doing marching exercises and shit through neighborhoods. Do you
That
remember that?
might have been 2019, I want to say, because I want to say it was
Uh,
like pre-COVID. Like, because there was all
mm,
kinds of weird shit going on right before COVID.
yeah.
Like, I want to say
Oh
that was
yeah.
2019. Just
Right.
like
Right. Right. So
preparation stuff, you know. But anyways, yeah, go ahead.
yeah. 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 Just like slowly moving towards where we're at today. Uh, yeah. With the National Guard being everywhere, and now the National Guard just got shot at. Somebody lost their fucking life. Turns out to be a fucking CIA asset. Well, we all know what's coming next. The National Guard's going to have harder hitting equipment.
Hmm.
But I think this is more or less gearing up for something bigger that's going to be kicking off. And again, I don't want to sound like one of those people that's like, oh, the millions of illegals coming across the southern border and
Hmm.
and all that shit. But while that was going on, there were Chinese nationals coming across.
Yep.
There were the military aged men. I mean, we heard that so many fucking times. It was like it really
Chinese,
gave me
Iranian, a bunch of different ones.
yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah. But as they kept saying military aged men, it
Yep.
really threw me into flashbacks of believed to be linked to Al Qaeda. It was just pounded into our fucking heads, right?
Hmm.
So there are sleeper cells in the United States. Our infrastructure is wildly exploited right now. It's not even secure. So at any given time, shit's gonna fucking kick off. The government knows that it's gonna fucking kick off. We have tensions rising with fucking China.
Hmm.
So yeah, they don't want to tell the country that gear up for war, get ready, shit's about to get crazy, and cross your fingers it's not going to become a whole of country event. But yeah, so we just kick back and see like, okay, well, why is the National Guard policing our fucking streets?
We're normalizing it.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, they're normalizing it. So there's
Because then you
that.
get comfortable with the idea of it, and then it's like it just becomes this new thing. It's like it's weird at first, and then after 6 months you're just like, okay, they're still here, whatever. And
Yep.
whatever, you maybe buy the guy a cup of coffee here and there just out of niceness or whatever, you just get used to seeing him there. And then you
It
get into
becomes
the
as
idea.
arbitrary and as an innocuous as that pile of laundry that you've neglected in the corner of your room for a
Uh-huh.
week. It just
Uh-huh.
becomes a fixture. So yeah, the political theater that's going on behind all that shit is just furthering the distraction of letting that sit over there and letting you get used to it. It's I mean it's clever. It is clever. I mean and it's working, but there's a lot of people that are seeing fucking through it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the reason why they're ramping things up so much with this constant shock and awe of changing events. Like I mean, we can't stay on topic for a week on any fucking thing
Great point.
because it's yeah. I mean, something always fucking kicks off to where it's like, but the one constant has been release the fucking files.
Mm-hmm.
Aliens are real. Yeah, yeah, I know.
Did they
Sure,
go to
yeah,
Epstein
maybe.
Island? Yeah.
Yeah, just the young ones,
They got
you
us
know.
focusing on the wrong aliens, the illegal ones. No.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Dude, the
Uh,
Epstein files, it's a crazy thing. It's like the idea of this whole like America first, and then like the more and more like the irony is like we know most of the truth on the Epstein files. That's the thing that people
Yeah,
don't realize. If you've been into all these stories and shit, like you could still even just be a early COVID conspiracy theorist where you're locked down at home, you got nothing to do, and there's
yeah,
just fringe groups and videos and shit you're watching. But there's other people that have always been kind of into other things and whatever, and then the 2020 thing activated all of us. So what I'm getting
yeah,
at is like the Epstein story is nothing new. There's been people that have been digging into it for 4 years, 8 years, 15 years. So at this point, all we're looking for is really justification on what we already believe. Unfortunately,
accountability.
they're not
I
really
want to see
exactly
accountability.
accountability is yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. We're they're not really gonna show us something that blows our mind for the most part because we're
yeah.
just waiting for them to say the part out loud. We already know the shit. It's just like, is this fringe theory or is this real? But then now they're talking about redacting Republican names and blah blah blah. And you're like, we got fooled
Yeah,
again, motherfuckers. You know?
yeah, yeah. Isn't it funny that the party that was calling for the release the most is now redacting shit? It's like,
Uh-huh.
uh oh, whoops, might have told on ourselves a little bit.
But like the deep Republican
Yeah,
Trumpicans or whatever you want to call them, the
yeah.
maggots or the
No,
whatever that's why we say the Civil War. It's going to be the maggots versus the faggots because it's the left versus right. But anyways, you got those. They're going to be like, but Biden's administration put that shit in there to make Trump look bad. Let me guess, 36D chess and all that fucking bullshit again. Right? No,
yeah, no,
how
that's
about every politician is corrupt and they would not piss on you if you're on fire? That's it.
yeah, no, no, no. Unless they were getting money out of it,
Or
yeah,
unless they could
and that
ejaculate after they piss, because some might be into that. But
right,
yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah,
They'll just take you
absolutely.
to the party first and then they'll piss on you. Like, man, I found this dude on fire in the motherfucking street. I put him on the Lolita Express, took him to Epstein's place. Now we can all piss on him.
Wouldn't that be really weird though? If like you're just like leaning up against the bar of this event, thinking how fucking weird it is, and then like Bill Clinton just appears out of nowhere, all swimmy eyed, and he looks at you, and then all of a sudden starts pissing down your fucking leg.
Starts playing
No
Careless
context.
Whisper on his saxophone.
Oh no, I'm in trouble. I gotta
Jesus.
go. But yeah, man. That's. I mean, it's all too fucking much, man.
Speaking of
And
weird
and I,
eyes wide shut parties and shit, what do you think about you've looked at the rabbit hole of a lot of first ladies kind of look like dudes? You ever seen that little rabbit hole?
uh,
George Bush's mom straight up looks like a linebacker and
yeah,
well not
very
Martha.
broad shoulders.
Yeah,
Not just
Martha
like
Bush.
surface level shit, like Big Mike,
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
and that kind of shit. I think everybody's seen the video where he's dancing in those white pants and you see his meat just like boop.
Flopping.
You're like, huh? What was that?
That
No, no,
makes
no.
me
What is
jealous. I'm
that?
like, man, my pants don't flop like that.
Come on, man. Damn it. That's pretty bad, man. Chicks with dicks that put ours to shame.
Well, let
Like,
me ask you this. Actually, it's funny. Like the irony of, okay, like Obama is Black Jesus to the liberals. Okay. But then
there you
also Obama, correct me if I'm wrong, was the one that legalized gay marriage. So then the idea of also the liberals are all for the trans and speaking to the drag queen story hours and all that shit.
Yeah.
But then they're like so against the idea of Republicans have this conspiracy that Michelle Obama has a dick and is transgender. Shouldn't
How
that
dare
be
them?
like a big fucking green flag and winning thing for your party to be like, look, yeah, Obama, the first gay man married to a transgender. He's also black. He's Muslim. It's like, doesn't he check all of
Yeah.
your DEI boxes?
Yeah. No, you really want to watch these motherfuckers crash out and fizzle? Have Trump come out and just openly admit, yeah, I sucked Bill Clinton's dick. What?
It was the
What?
90s.
No, I mean, what are they going to do? So now we have the first openly gay president who's a Republican.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, what are you going to do? You going to cry about that? Huh? You going to say that,
Checkmate.
you raped Bill Clinton or did Bill Clinton rape you? Like, let's expand on this.
Right.
But yeah, yeah. Oh, God damn. This fucking place.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I just like to crack some beers, laugh about the world on this show. It's like, I got family members on one side or the other and this and that, and some will still watch this news
Yeah,
channel, they'll watch this news channel. Did you see this? And I'm like, let me show you this podcast. Oh, so this guy knows the answer. No, nobody knows the answers. Like, I love my dad to death. He doesn't listen to the show, but I'd still tell him to his face. But and I've told him many times. But either way, he's
yeah,
he's big Republican, old school guy, and he's one of the guys like, oh, you saw this on the internet, or you think you're right about everything. I'm like, I'm the first to tell you I'm retarded and I don't know shit about nothing. But I'm also
yeah,
saying, look at the narrative that you're being fed. The guy telling you what the answer is more retarded than me. So the
yeah,
fact that like, I don't know, the Charlie Kirk thing. He's got Superman neck, a 30 out six
yeah.
bullet. I got a 30 out six right here next to me. Like, dude, like, there's no way a 30 out six is like, oh, just go to not go out the back of your neck or whatever
Oh,
narratives they give you. It's our new JFK. Everything that the
yeah.
news tell you is just horseshit. And we still have friends,
And-
family members that buy into it, hook, line, and sinker. But we're the fringe conspiracy guys.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, anybody who shot a fucking deer
Yeah.
with a 30-06 knows that it blows the shoulders the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, it's I mean, it doesn't create this massive fucking exit. It
Mm-mm.
doesn't go, kasploosh when it hits something, but it doesn't fucking stop at bone.
Yeah.
And I mean, for it to like hit a vertebrae and just like, can't go no further. Nah, sorry. That the
Mm-mm.
physics don't add up on that shit. No, not at all. I think that, and I'm gonna catch a lot of shit for this again, because I mentioned this before. I think it was a 22 mag that hit Charlie.
I could see that.
'Cause yeah, it didn't exit, but where it went in caused a lot of fucking blood to come out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that kind of kinetic force from a 22 mag, especially a fucking hollow point. Um, yeah, yeah. Bone stops at 22.
What do you think
Absolutely.
about the conspiracy? I don't know if you've seen it that okay, like I said, I'm a musician, so I understand microphones and stuff like that, but like
Hmm.
the lapel mic, right? Your clip-on mic.
Yeah,
There's been a theory that like maybe it was loaded with a charge because it's right there at his neck within 2 inches from where and I'm
yeah.
like, I don't know. I'm not saying I believe it, but I'm like, huh, that's a
I
weird
mean,
thought.
it's food for thought, and I can entertain the idea if somebody can bring some sound argument to the table.
Like
But
he
I
was
mean, if that's
sabotaged by his own people, right?
right, I mean, I would, yeah, I think that that could be more true than the lapel going off. Um, but yeah, there's in order for that little lapel mic to have a charge, shoot something so hard that it goes into his fucking neck,
Mm-hmm.
that whole mic would explode. It's a cheap piece of fucking plastic, man.
It'd
You
have
put
to
a
be more
charge in
like,
that,
yeah, like a 20 gauge shotgun shell at close range or something. Because it would have to be like a primered explosive, basically. Yeah.
right? Yep, yep. And it would have to also be made out of fucking heavy duty metal.
Mm-hmm.
And if you all of a sudden clip a fucking thick steel lapel mic to his shirt, he's probably gonna get a little suspicious. I would,
Right,
right?
exactly. If it's twice the weight
Yeah,
as last week or whatever, like, hey, what the fuck is? Oh,
right.
it's a new model. Just try it out.
Yeah, yeah. We're just gonna give this a shot and see what's what.
It sounds better. It's
Yeah,
twice as heavy, but it sounds better.
yeah, yeah,
But no, I just
yeah,
that's kind of the point I was making is like I don't believe all these narratives, but it's the fact that like we don't know what to believe anymore, so we're into like fringe territory in the world in a way of like everything we're told is a lie. It's like, is everything a conspiracy? Yes, everything is a conspiracy. Because if Fox News tells you this side of the story and MSNBC tells you this side of the story, but it's the same fucking story, and they're
yeah,
back in back rooms giving you two different things, they're conspiring against you. Everything is a fucking conspiracy at this point. So
yeah,
it's like we go into these fringe chambers of the internet, back to kind of like we were talking about the internet. And you're like, well, this guy says this theory says this says this, some of them seem more believable because we've lost trust in the mainstream news. So then now we're
yeah.
believing sometimes crazy land shit. And it's like, but at the same
You
time,
have you have to swim through the bullshit to get to the ice cream, man.
right.
And
It's cognitive dissonance that needs to kick in. It's
yeah,
it's your fucking your gut instinct that like, does this sound like bullshit? Does this sound half believe? It's like conspiracies. You got
Yeah,
one
yeah.
question and you dig into something, you get 15 more questions. You don't get an answer.
You never get any concrete answers, and you just learn to navigate through convoluted waters. And I mean, you really can't come to any conclusion until the next thing fucking pops off. So that's kind of what they're like, leaning on. The more ridiculous the story sounds, the less believable it is, right? Like the exploding lapel mic,
Mm-hmm.
or the charge that whatever, you know what I'm talking about. So shit like that, if people are given that honest, like, credence for a base of an argument, well, what other ridiculous shit are they going to sit there and argue with their petty little friends about? Cool, all right, it's working, sweet, they're distracted, come on, let's go do the thing. So yeah, but they know how to target everybody through demographic. Like people who live in blue cities and red states, or blue states and red cities. It's it's well crafted manipulation, and I mean, I do have to tip my hat to any evil entity that brings such poise and surgical fucking maneuvering to something like that. When you look at how bureaucracy fucking works, and they can't even really sort themselves out.
Mm-hmm.
So this begs the question: the government that you see on C-SPAN, are they in charge?
Nope.
Because they can't seem to get fucking shit done. But yet we see all this weird, wildly fucking crazy shit getting pulled off, like the Charlie Kirk thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's so. Are we, as Americans, a little social experiment that we were just allowed to have guns from the fucking start, or did it start out as something true form, that was pure, and then it got hijacked, and yeah, yeah,
I
turned
think
into
it
what it is
actually
today.
could be a little bit of both. Because when you just said that a social experiment with guns, it's kind of like a scientist, like a placebo
Like a
effect. You got
placebo.
these guys taking the pill, these guys taking the placebo, and then we're gonna, these 20 on each side, we'll see what the difference is. So you've got the
Yeah,
countries that don't have guns, you got the countries that do have guns, you got the freedom of speech on one side, the freedom of no speech on this side, beheadings. You got, I mean, because even in the like 17, 1800s, you were still getting motherfuckers beheaded for their speech, in certain
yeah,
European countries and things. People will just forget this stuff. So what I'm getting at is like the idea of, are we an experiment, but are we also like allowed to do the things? Because then it turns into the puppet masters question. Like, as we're bringing this into a big close here in a minute, but it's like the puppet master question is where we get into everybody's focused on our fucking elected officials. We focus and hyperfixate on America, thinking America is the world. Whether it's
yeah,
a flat or round or hollow earth or whatever the hell it is, there is other people that
yeah.
are unelected officials, your Committee of 300, your Council of Foreign Relations, your Trilateral Commission, your fucking elite banking companies, your Rothschilds,
Club
all
of
these
Rome, all that.
Club of
Yeah,
Rome, all of them, dude, they are above, they supersede every elected official on every country on the planet. And then they
yeah.
all come together and it's like WWE, which me and my son, we love WWE. We just took him to Monday Night Raw a couple nights ago on Monday.
It's fucking
And then
awesome.
we're getting ready to watch Survivor Series tonight when I get off here. But anyways, what I'm saying is like WWE and politics are the same fucking thing, but at least WWE at this point is more entertaining than politics because we're like,
Yeah.
well, we get to see some big guys beat the shit out of each other. We wish our politicians would be like celebrity deathmatch and fight each other. But all
No,
I'm
yeah.
saying is
No,
we
you're
focus
really
on
onto
these
something,
these
man. Maybe.
unelected officials, these elected officials that don't run jack and shit, and there's these big motherfuckers around the world that run everything, and we don't even know it.
Yeah, yeah.
What are you gonna
No,
say?
oh no, no, you're good. I'm trying not to lose that thought, but I think that would be fucking awesome if if the chambers of our fucking legislators would turn into like that, old school Taiwanese parliament, where somebody would just say something that piss one of them off, and then it's just like, brah, papers explode all over the fucking place. People are
Yes.
Peter Panning over the fucking aisles, and pow, jacking another one in the goddamn jaw, and it just turns into straight up fisticuff pandemonium.
Are you willing to
Yeah,
fight for your beliefs? Yes.
yeah, yeah. You want to take one to the chin? Let's fucking go. Say that
Right.
again, princess.
But if you feel strongly about what you're passionate about, then you're willing to knock a
Yeah,
couple others in the chin, you know?
yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely.
Bring
No,
back
I think.
dueling.
Oh man, yeah, and public executions.
Tar and feathers.
Yep. Yeah, I got people coming over, man.
Hey,
My buddy's
brother,
having a
I've loved the
party
hell
on.
out of this, man. So, Uncle
Yeah,
Mike, man, we're gonna do this again, man. I've loved that you've been outside the whole time and you've had the sunset coming down in the darkness. I've loved this. It's cool. We're
yeah,
gonna do this again, man. I'm glad we broke the ice and got to meet each other.
yeah,
And
definitely.
so,
Yeah,
yeah, dude,
I
I'll put your
definitely want to do
links in
this
the show
again.
notes, and everybody can find you on Facebook. And are you on Instagram or anything else? Or
No, no, I just do Facebook, man. I think if I were
okay,
to have anything else, I probably would twist my phone in half again and throw it in the creek.
I don't blame you,
Yeah,
dude. Try
yeah.
doing a podcast. It drives me fucking nuts. I'm a lazy podcaster. I'm like, I don't want to do it, but I love doing it. Well, dude,
It's a labor of love, man. So, but
exactly.
yeah, yeah. I look forward to the next one, brother.
Let's do this again sometime soon, man. Either way,
All right.
Stitt-Heads. Don't forget, we putting the ass in classy. Have some fun. Enjoy your fucking corporatized Black Friday that's over now. What do you mean black? But anyways, I'll see you next time. Peace out, guys. Bye, bitches.